I'm Dr. Charles Silverstein. I'm a psychologist here in the United States. I have been working with the gay community, providing psychotherapy services since the early 1970s. Formerly executive director of the Institute for Human Identity and the founding editor of the Journal of Homosexuality.
How have you seen over the period of time the things changing in the MSM gay community?
Well, the changes have been dramatic. In the early 70s, homosexuality was still against the law. One could not be licensed as a professional here in the United States because it was considered moral turpitude. And it's very difficult to find a therapist who would be accepting of one's homosexuality. Things have changed dramatically now. In 1973, I made a presentation before the American Psychiatric Association, and that eventually, together with the help of others, led to the deletion of homosexuality as a mental disorder. So homosexuality is no longer a diagnosis in the United States.
And how do you see homosexuality now in the United States?
Well, what gay people want in the United States is to live the same lives as any other person. They're not asking for special rights, just the same. So that we want laws against discrimination. The most controversial topic right now in the United States has to do with gay marriage. And I think there are 5 or 6 states in the United States where gay people and lesbians can get married. And that's the most important thing going on right now.
Please introduce your book, The Joy of Gay Sex.
Well, the Joy of Gay Sex was originally a book written by Edmund White and I, and first published in 1977. It's essentially a manual of gay life. While the book is titled about sex, most of the entries in the book are not about sex per se. They're about relating to other people in the gay community, relating to parents, how to say no, how to develop friendships. But when the book was first published, it was banned in a lot of places. It was refused entry into Canada. It was banned in England and France. And in some cases, there were bookstores in the United States that refused to take it. There were a number of trials about it. When the second edition was published, and that was with me and Felice Picano. And by that time, there was very little censorship at all. It was a very popular book because there was nothing else that people could find to help them. Things are different now because with the internet, young people can go online and learn all sorts of things about the gay world. But at the time the book came out, and with the following 2 editions, getting a book was the only way they could get information. And that's why we made sure that most of the entries in the book were not about sex, but were about relating to the gay community and dealing with family. Well, it's basically, they all follow the same format. And it's not that sexual behaviors are different, but hairstyles are different, and the problems within society are slightly different. And the drugs of choice are also different. In all 3 books, we talked a good deal about sexually transmitted diseases. Since if you're going to have sex, whether you're gay or straight, there is always the chance that some kind of sexual sexually transmitted disease will come along, and so we wanted people to be educated about that. In the first issue in '77, there wasn't much about it, but in the following two editions, Felice and I made sure there was a great deal of information there.